He got embarrassed.
So,
well, hello.
Hi, welcome to the Music Lens podcast with me, Alex Allegra.
And Katie Fee.
Most of anything is up to people. Like,
right.
Music industry, literally, fans can dictate literally anything. If you called a radio station enough times,
companies, in general,
if
not
you
just
called
music,
a radio station
enough
times and said you never heard of this person, but you need to, her stuff is on Spotify, here it is, and called in every day, they will play it eventually. I guarantee you. Like, somebody will break.
Sure. Somebody will break.
It is me. My soul will break. So this is kind of a hodgepodge episode because we wanted to have fun with it, and honestly I was thinking, well, it's Songwriting 102.
Yes.
102, so part 2 of our songwriting episode, because we went on a little too long, and then we were like, oh well, we can do the
make
rest
it a
of it.
two-parter.
So we're gonna read some old songs for you guys with our little notesy bookies. But we also have some newsy updates. We also have some fun facts of the day of our lives, because even though this is supposed to be a music serious podcast, we like to have a fun little time here.
Yeah.
Katie got me hooked on this game. Let's talk about it, because it's
not a game.
Okay, it is the most
joyous. It's a self-care app.
It is the most joyous thing in my entire life right now. I look at little baby Gizmo and I just smile. So, Katie, what is it called? Yes.
And I started using it like a year ago, and then I kind of gave up on it and just recently re-downloaded it because I found it through Ladies and Tangents Facebook group.
I was wondering. I was like, how did she find it?
Checks out because they're big advocates for mental health too, so everyone's like,
so
at each
Finch
other.
Wants to sponsor us one of these days because we're mental health in music as well. Yes. We would love.
Yeah, but it's so cute. You get a little birdie buddy, and you can put like your daily tasks that you want to accomplish, which are really can be anything, but
mine is make the bed in the morning, just to
mental health,
just to also or
like self-care,
for my like anxiety to actually like stay on track of it, because I've been kind of bad about writing my feelings down and stuff, so this like actually like kind of makes me do that. But also it's just nice to have somebody just like send little messages throughout the day. Like it's kind of cute. Gizmo says hi. Gizmo says you're doing great. Like, Katie sent me water today. Yes. Like, I was like, thank you, Katie. Which is one of my goals in the day, is to drink more water. So.
Yeah, I think technically you could literally put like work tasks even on there, but I'm like, drink water, wash your face, go outside, read, things like that.
Plus, then like you give him a little energy boost,
and then he goes on adventures.
Yes,
they also have like a first aid kit area too. So if you're having like a panic attack, there's different methods that you can use to calm down, like name a color of everything in the rainbow around you and things like that. So I haven't had to use those, but that's nice that is a resource if needed.
I do the breathing techniques a lot, which have been very helpful. I was like, I
haven't really done all the extra stuff yet.
So calm. But I just want Gizmo to do more things, so I'm like, what can I do? And I'm like, nothing for the next minute. We're gonna breathe.
I just want my micro pet.
I know, Katie, when she invited me, it gave me an Arctic fox, and my next
That's what it was. I thought it was a cat.
No, it's an Arctic fox, and then if I were to invite you, you'd get a llama.
Oh. Okay.
But I can't invite you.
I have to drink water tomorrow because you attach it's like an egg, and then if you do that task 7 days in a row, ideally you attach it to something that is hard for you to actually do each day, so that way it kind of motivates you to actually do it.
I didn't get a choice, I thought. I think it just like appeared today.
I know, but I think you can get more than one micro pet, so maybe you'll get one that will pop up eventually. But
today Gizmo learned Baby Shark.
Oh, okay. Minty's already learned that.
I was like, he's like, I learned a song. You want to hear it? Something about sharks. And I said, if this bird's about to sing me Baby Shark, I swear.
Yeah. My phone's the camera.
Yeah.
I can't show you because my phone's the camera. Unless I send like a screenshot and you go fancy and put it in the video. But
we're very basic at editing here at what's our podcast called?
The Music Lens.
The Music Lens podcast.
I wanted to say Two Girls One
I
Ghost.
know. I wanted to say Ladies and Tangents. So
Okay. Yeah. If you want a sponsor, that'd be cool.
But it was so cute, and it makes me so happy. So do all my books. I ordered so many books, and my boyfriend was like, I think I have a problem. I think I'm buying too many books.
I almost bought 2 at the Hall of Fame, and then I just bought a hat instead.
Well, Amazon's doing a half off book sale right now, so that's how I bought. So yesterday I bought 3. So I was like, and it was only like the price of like 2. So I bought the next in the Crescent City. So then I have the second one after I finish that one. And I bought 2 more. I bought Malibu Rising.
Okay, I already have that.
I know, but I was like, I'll just buy it for myself. And then I bought another Frida book.
I have all Taylor Jenkins Reid books, so.
I know.
Just borrow.
But.
This is why I don't buy books anymore, because I just borrow from you.
I know. I just keep forgetting to ask you for it because I've been donating all my books to you. So
yeah. Yeah. I've read the Coal Miner's Daughter, Loretta Lynn's biography, or autobiography, and then she has one about her and Patsy's relationship or friendship. And so that was at the Hall of Fame, and I almost bought that. And then
that would have been cute.
Merle Haggard's autobiography, and I was like, hey, finish the books that you already need to read before you get those ones.
But the other thing, too, is that, like, yeah, I have 9 books in my queue right now, which is my little bedside. Plus, I have books on my laptop that I read simultaneously, too. And I just stocked up on a lot of Kindle because they were all free. So I was like, buy. And I did, like, a bunch of Frida. McFadden ones. So I'm reading The Coworker right now.
Yes.
So far.
I read that over Christmas.
Actually, so.
That's not my favorite one, but
you also loved Ward D, and I was like, I know Ward D. So I'm like, maybe, honestly, I'm very intrigued at the moment. So we'll see.
Know. Did you see Verity's going to be a movie? Colleen Hoover.
Oh, yes.
After the one that just got announced, or like with the trailer.
Blake Lively,
yeah.
Is Taylor... I keep seeing, like, I don't know if it's memes or stuff, but, like, Taylor Nation did post.
Yeah, they posted the trailer.
Does the
trailer? I don't know if it's a trailer or teaser trailer, but it has My Tears Ricochet.
It does, actually. Okay, that was, because I didn't hear it. I just watched it, so I didn't listen to it, and I was like, if Taylor Nation is posting, I was like, is it just because of Blake? And then I was like, oh, maybe it means that, like, a song's actually going to be in the movie, and that would, but okay, it actually is. Like, Katie and I have come to the point in our podcasting relationship that we have to learn to save some things for podcast content, apparently, because we were talking about something in the car, and the way I phrased things, Katie was like, this should have been
your reactions, I was like, I should have saved this for the podcast.
It was honestly so perfectly funny, and I was like, damn.
I don't want to, like, repeat it now because it's not going to be a genuine reaction.
Right. If I don't stop yawning, I swear to God. No, I know, but it was just funny how it happened. We were in the car talking about the Florida Georgia line beef between the 2 bros, and
the podcast episodes.
I said that 2-timing backstabbing bitch, and it was just so funny how I put it in the car. So, and then I was like, oh, we should do a whole, like, feuds podcast episode one day. And then get genuine reactions with things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Band breakups or rapper feuds.
Yeah, because I don't know anything about the whole Drake and Kendrick thing. Even with, like, Sierra and Jerry talking a little bit about it, I didn't know, like, the context of, like,
it's all me and my boyfriend listen to right now is Kendrick's song.
So I was like, I can't follow this.
It's so fun. So do you want to see it? Leave in the comments.
Leave it in the comments below.
Okay, now we can move on to some topic stuff.
Yeah, you kept sending me more articles about the Spotify thing.
Like we just posted talk about it. Yeah.
Okay. Our Tuesday News Day from this past week, when this comes out, it'll be this past week, was about Spotify, like, changing up their plans.
Excuse me. And I don't know why it is just when I sit down to podcast. Okay. It's literally like I'm just like yawn.
Basically, they're getting into having more audiobooks on their app and having it classified as like a bundle deal for their subscriptions now. And by doing that, they're getting like a discount on paying royalties, which Billboard did the math, and it's estimated that about $150 million less will go to songwriters because of this change. So within the next, like, not calendar year, but within the next year of, like, from when it's enacted for, like, a 12-month year.
So
12-month. You know what I'm saying.
Why, though?
Let's look at it. This is the article that I put on the thing. So we have story highlights now on our Instagram. So you can find the link to this article on the Tuesday News Day story highlight. But it's gonna they're upping their premium subscription cost from $9.99 to $10.99, and that's gonna.
Can I pause for a second? So maybe we should recap where Spotify was just a little bit prior to this in case anyone doesn't know. Because Spotify, after the TikTok stuff, then Spotify started doing stuff with their royalties, right? Or
they already have the thing we already talked about a while ago, I think, of the whole, like, they're not going to pay people unless they make 1,000 streams in a year.
Right. Okay, so that's where
that's
we're
like
at.
A different thing that's also happening in addition to this stuff.
But then they were also going to create a new content creator fund, right? Or like a artist fund of sorts. No?
I don't know. I don't remember. Okay. Or TikTok, maybe. With the UMG deal, I think, was looking at stuff, TikTok? Maybe. Okay, potentially.
Okay.
I don't remember that one. But they're gonna increase their subscription price for premium again, but it's only going up $1, but they're, like, including audiobooks in it, and that's, like, making it classify as a bundle.
But they already have audiobooks in it.
I know. I guess they're reclassifying or something. Because you would think it would be a win because higher subscription prices typically equate to a bump in mechanical royalties, but because they're, like, reclassifying it as a bundle, they're now paying not just songwriters, but also they're paying the, like, who gets paid? Like, authors. Let me find this.
Like the voice actors that do Audible stuff. But doesn't Audible also
have to pay licensing for books?
Like, Audible's also gotten in trouble for not paying people, I think, as well.
They're paying, instead of them paying only royalties to songwriters with this money, now they have to split that between the songwriters and the licensings for the books in the same, like, price amount. And they only increase their subscription for, like, $1 more that people have to pay. So,
and that's not gonna do anything.
When it used to be all going towards songwriters, and now it's getting split, and they only upped it $1.
That sucks, honestly. Okay, so here's my thing: is at first when I saw that audiobooks were included, I was like, oh, that's actually kind of cool. But for me personally, I can't get into an audiobook. I really wish I could, but I cannot sit and listen to them. So for people that listen to audiobooks, it's probably a really cool thing. Like, I know a lot of people in some of the book groups that I was in on Facebook where they're like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Now I can listen to all of the popular books that are out right now and stuff. But it's also just like with anything else, like, when you do a Hulu subscription and you bundle it with Disney, it's like you still have to pay for both subscriptions. It's just like you pay lesser amounts for both. So, like, why wouldn't you just do that with, like, Audible or, like, with like,
do some sort of bundle
an additional deal. Like, oh, pay $5 extra and you get Audible or something like that. Like, why wouldn't you just make it like a different subscription altogether that people can opt in or opt out of?
Yeah, and they are going to get a music only one, I guess. It's somewhere in here.
Okay, so that would
eventually,
that would be what
or at least they claim they will. I mean, I don't know if I believe things until they actually happen.
It just kind of backtracks on anything that, like, Spotify was saying about how they wanted to, because when they did the whole 1,000 streams thing, they did get a little bit of backlash for it, but then they were like, oh, we're going to pay artists more then, and then I swear there was something else that they were like, oh, we're going to, like, pay artists from or something like that, or we're going to up subscriptions fees so that we can pay artists more. But then they did this, and this counterdicts anything that they had going for them. So it's just like, and the reason I brought it up and wanted to bring it up on the podcast was because a lot of people had started posting, like, independent artists don't use Spotify, like, ban it kind of a thing. But my thing with it is the only I do not find, like, everyone still asks me if you're out at shows and stuff like that, do you have any music on Spotify? And if I say no, I have it on Apple Music or anything else, like, I have very few people that are like, sorry, I only use Apple Music, or I only use this, or else I'd totally do it on Spotify for you. It's very rare that happens. I've gotten one person that has done that for me. Like, said, sorry, I don't use that. I use Apple Music. And I would also love to switch over because I hear Apple Music is much more it's greater than Spotify is.
I don't know.
But I'm just also like, if I were to take all my stuff off Spotify at this point, it just feels like I would be going a step backwards from the whole step of going and putting my music out there in the first place.
And I don't think independent artists are going to be able to be the ones to convince them to change anything.
No.
It's going to be like if Taylor Swift takes her music off again.
Yeah.
Which we've talked about how that didn't do anything the first time she did it. But people weren't streaming as much in 2014 as they are now in 2024. So I feel like if she does it this time, it might make a difference. And like, she could partner with other artists. It doesn't have to
be on somebody like Taylor Swift, because the number one artist on Spotify in the world is The Weeknd, and you don't hear anybody like him. It's a lot of the times it is. I feel like it does fall on the women a lot more to like do something and are criticized more or less for doing things than it is any like male artists or anything. Like somebody like a Justin Bieber, I think it would also, especially because he's gone through so much in the music industry, you would assume somebody like there's other people that could step up and take some ownership here. I think.
UMG again, maybe how they like kind of were trying to fight for artists pay for TikTok. They could do that with Spotify and try and pull all the music off Spotify of UMG. Maybe, I don't know. I think it's gonna be. It's that more up to people who are like big artists
versus TikTok, because that's on Spotify where you're actually listening to the music. Like then I would for sure switch over to a different platform, like a major label taking. But again, it's not affecting the major label. Like they're not going to care enough, because the only reason a Taylor Swift in particular did that is because she cares about her royalties, like fully. The regular labels aren't going to care because they already know that you don't get money from streaming platforms. That's not the main reason that you do any of that stuff. So they don't care. Like, that's the tough part about any of that, is like they can get away with it because they can.
Yeah.
And that's the ultimate. They really can.
I'm trying to see if there's.
But a lot of independent artists that have started to boycott it are like, why are you supporting a platform that doesn't support you, and their whole purpose is to be supporting you, and they don't care? Like, unfortunately, that's just more the business side of this industry. The cold hard truth of it, in any sense of the industry part of it, is unless you're making the money, it's hard to stand a fight sometimes.
Yeah, there's a lot of like details of how they come up with the number, but I'm trying to find which. Just go to the link and read it if you want to know all the details. I'm trying to see if there's any other things. David Israelite, the president and CEO of National Music Publishers Association, said it appears Spotify has returned to attacking the very songwriters who make its business possible. Spotify's attempt to radically reduce songwriter payments by reclassifying their music service as an audiobook bundle is a cynical and potentially unlawful move that ends our period of relative peace. We will not stand for this perversion of the settlement we agreed upon in 2022. Because I guess they have like settlements every so often to like judge the royalty rate, because they have to figure out the royalty rate every so often, since they in theory are upping it. I'm not exactly sure. The Copyright Royalty Board sets the rates, and they like do that every so often. Right now we're at Phonorecords 4 settlement. So there's only 4 of them, because I'm assuming this was part of the Music Modernization Act.
Yeah, I was also like, it takes a long time for that stuff to get passed or anything, so.
Yeah. Possible that this loss could be lessened by how many users changed their subscription from Premium, Duo, or Family to Spotify's forthcoming music-only tier, which will pay out in the way Premium did before it was bundled, but this is unlikely to make a significant impact in the estimate of the first-year losses, considering the tier is yet to be launched and users are automatically renewed on their current plans even after bundling. So you would have to like make an active move in your account to be like, no, I don't want books, I just want music.
It is a little bit of a pain in the ass to change anything about your Spotify account, because I've had to every once in a while, like when I had to switch my credit card because I didn't realize it was trying to charge my old one. Like, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass to try and find things, because you don't do it through Spotify's app. You have to go onto a computer and actually type it in and like find the actual article. Like,
that's about it for current news.
So that was our current event news.
Now we got.
So today's topic, Songwriting 102. So if you haven't, go watch watch our Songwriting 101 where we talk about what the fuck a song is and how to break it down. And if you're confused, and you should really print out some of your favorite songs and identify the verse and the chorus and the bridge and the rhyme scheme and just tear it apart into a formula of like, what am I looking at? Oh, it's a song. Gotcha. You know? And then we figured we'd have some fun and show you guys our old songwriting notebooks.
I'm just laughing at when we were watching ACMs, we did see Jordan Davis win Song of the Year, and he like paused weirdly, but it wasn't the end of his sentence, but it sounded like it, where he's like, my favorite part of songwriting is songs.
I did laugh at that. That was funny.
It was, I think... we kind of laughed over it, but I'm pretty sure the next part of the sentence was songs that won Song of the Year or something like that. But
it was just really funny. Like,
my favorite part of songwriting.
I like the songs of songs. This is one of my very first notebooks that my mom got me. It's still a very prized possession to me. I've really stepped away from writing in notebooks, unfortunately, at Writes, and I never really thought that I would. But it's so much easier, and then I don't have to worry about remembering the words at a write or at a round or a show or anything, because I can just pull up with my phone, and it's a lot easier, unfortunately. But there is something very special about writing in a notebook, and especially for first-time songwriters, I recommend doing it because, again, with everything else that we have said, or if you're like at a songwriting camp, or like we really want to do a songwriting retreat, which is when you get a bunch of songwriters together in like a cabin somewhere, and
or a beach,
or you go to the beach, or you just have like a little bonding time, and you guys play some songwriting type games, get those ideas going really. I have some songwriting games in here as well from some of my songwriting camps that I've been to, so I was gonna bring those out too. Then Songwriting 103 will probably be more like some books and stuff like that actually like try to teach you songwriting. So
yeah, we could do that.
Stay tuned. Preview. Ooh, spicy.
Ooh. Can I say something random because it's an intrusive thought? You're wearing One Direction and I'm wearing Old Dominion, so we're both wearing OD.
Oh my god. Well, okay, so you want to know something? So my brain's always on song mode a lot of times. And so today I was in the bathroom washing my hand, and I was like, hands. Not just one. I was washing both of them.
I choose which one needs to be washed in the moment.
You know what? Sometimes one's dirtier. You just gotta know.
The other one's fine. That can last a couple hours before I have to wash the other one.
So, I was like, oh, you know what would be a cool line? And don't you dare steal it, because it's copywritten just right now when I'm speaking into this mic. And so I'll bring it to Write sometime too. Okay. But I was like, oh, wearing my One Direction t-shirt. Something about it being, you could call it vintage now because they're not even together.
Yeah.
Like, so anyways, so see, that's how your songs, so literally songs are anything. Like, just write it down because you never know. I think a lot of times, and lately, honestly, when you find that right group of people, which has been like you, me, and Sammy, and then whoever else we bring in has been like our core group of people lately. And it's fun because you can literally say anything and we're all just going to pick up on like, okay, I see, but maybe not. But then it'll trigger something. So like lately we've been writing down.
Say everything.
Yeah.
Even if it sounds
stupid. And I know
stupid.
we probably brought this up last time, but I've been especially writing quotes down from books, and that's how we've been writing things lately. And it's been a really cool little process. And I wrote one of my favorite songs with you and Christian and Sam the other day. Yay. Like, I really hope you guys all, because I know you guys were all so quiet, and I was like, this is the best song I've ever written. I'm so excited for you guys to hear it. It is sad girl hour to the max. Aunt's coming to cry with us too. Are you coming to cry? Okay, we'll do that. We will later.
Do. I was supposed to get up and get some stuff to show y'all, but then then the camera stopped working. Hi, and now Aunt's up here.
Yes.
So you're gonna have.
If you wondered how small this couch is,
you might have like a few minutes without video, but at least we caught it fairly quickly this time.
Yeah,
and we should have the problem fixed now.
So Aunt's gonna judge our songwriting ability as young children of the song.
Ow! Oh!
He didn't like that.
No. Okay. So, would you go get the stuff?
No.
Am I supposed to go get it
No,
now
we
that he
can
got
still
up?
do it a little bit later.
All right.
Okay. So who wants to go first?
I don't even know what to do. I think I talked about, didn't you say what was your first song or something when we did our intro episode?
Yeah. Do you have
So
it in there?
I have
swear
what
mine's
I'm
in
considering.
here, but I don't know. Oh, it's in the black one.
Oh.
I have no clue where that one is, actually. I used to have a little black spiral binder. I think it's in that song. That notebook had everything from my fake ballet recitals that I used to perform in the basement for myself to I used to pretend I was Taylor Swift and put together my own set list and sing in the basement again. Or I would write songs about Halloween because I wanted to be a Halloween artist because I was like, that's an untapped market.
I just would play Shania Twain album from top to bottom, and that would be the set list.
No,
in
when
the
I
living
did
room.
that, I also made a Taylor Swift musical as a child. I had 4 to 5 albums to work with. I think 1989, I was in high school, so it had to stop. So probably when I was in middle school was probably peak that time. So
Yeah.
it was still acceptable.
I
was a weird kid.
would say this is my first that I have record of and like counted when I think I was taking it even more seriously, because like I think first grade I had others that I don't know where they are, so I don't count those.
Yeah.
But I think I talked about this one. It's called This Is the Day.
Okay.
It was an English assignment in 7th grade, and we had to write something with song, poem, rap, whatever you want to do, talking about prefixes and suffixes.
Oh.
So there's that. How do we want to do this? Do we just like
I don't know.
read lyrics? Or just read lyrics probably. I also did a whole series on TikTok talking about a lot of these songs too, if you want
that's
go
also
more in
that's
depth
why
with
I was
that.
like, maybe this one we don't do as much just because I know you've talked about it a lot, but this journal is very
7 in the morning when I wake up, the sun is shining and the birds are singing their songs. They said the weatherman was untruthful, and un means not, so I know that he's wrong. So apparently the weatherman thought it was gonna rain or something because it's sunny and he's untruthful. That was the verse. The there's so many possibilities for the day I have ahead of me. I'll have to review my options because means again. I have to remind myself now and then. And then chorus is, this is the day I use a brush as a microphone. You know, micro means little, so I never get that. This is the day I play guitar. If I don't practice, I'll never get far. Yes, this is the day, this is the day. Yeah, we've grown.
So, my mom always wants me, and especially now that Kelsey Ballerini has done her reimagined stuff, now can you go get the stuff because it makes more sense with this.
All right, pause
so Katie can get our
What was
props.
that accent?
Pause so Katie can get yours? I don't know.
Some sort of accent.
Just the second one. I don't need the first one. Just the middle one. No.
Or this one?
No.
Just this
This one.
All
So,
right.
we're going to take you back in time to young little Alex. Sorry.
I was going to do that, but you're not holding it.
Sorry. This is young little Alex. My mom framed all of my stuff for a Christmas present or something like that one year. And she continues to do this because she's such a mom. And she's cute. So, but this is young little Alex. This is the CDs I used to sell in high school. It was the first record that I did with a guy named Dave Kelly, who was a very sweet older man that I used to... I forget how I met. Oh, I met him at a Kids Sing Country event, which was like a local event that they held, and you
Alright.
like practice with the full band, and he was the band.
Okay.
And then he had a studio in his basement and said, hey, and he was very nice. It wasn't creepy. My mom was with me the whole time. It was not creepy.
I hear old man plus basement, and that doesn't sound good.
He was very sweet. He was very nice. He played guitar for me for a couple shows, but yeah, my whole theme was called My Journey. So trains and travel were the theme here. I look so young. It's so scary. But one of the songs, so it was like my first little record. So my mom wants me to bring up some of those old songs, but there's a lot of reasons I don't want to do that, including the first song that is written in here.
Okay.
So, the first song I ever wrote was for that NSAI contest, which I talked about before.
Yes.
Sorry about my nose. Sorry, I just wiped the snot off. Sorry. It was called Put Aside My Flaws. I finally remembered what it was called today.
Okay.
Could not sing it for the life of me, but I'm pretty sure it's on that CD. And there are some people that have that CD back in my hometown. It was $20.
Mine are 10. Well, most people actually pay 20. I'm like, they're 10, and they're like, here's a 20, keep the change. So
maybe
like,
it was 10, but I think it was $20. And it has like 6 songs on it, and they're not good.
Mine's 10 for 10.
Whoopsies. So this is one song on it that I do remember now that I'm singing it. I was like, what is this? And then I got to the chorus and I realized it's in nice handwriting because somebody needed it for something and had to read it. So
you wrote nice.
So I had to like write it out because there definitely was some other pages in here that got torn out or something. But anyways, this is the book I brought to Interlochen with me, which is why it's very special to me. I wrote myself a little note that like says, I hope you are still writing songs when you reach the end of it. It's very cute. I wrote it back in 2015.
Nice.
I'm not reading it until I get to the end of this notebook. Now, do I use notebooks anymore? No. So we'll see if that ever happens. But I'm like halfway through it, actually. This is where I'm at in the notebook. I should really read some of these old songs because you never know what's hidden in them. So,
right.
Now I also have like a bunch of voice memos with them that I could also bring up. But anyways, so this one is called Red Light. Yes, it's called Red Light. I'm driving home on a Saturday night, wishing you were sitting by my side. We'd be laughing and talking about the movie we just saw. But you just couldn't leave my thoughts, so I decided to call you up, but didn't really get anywhere. I got your answering machine, then your mom called me saying you were with another girl. It's like I'm
play this at Belmont.
Did I? Okay, this might have been the song that I sang to Katie when we were introducing each
No,
other.
that was radio.
Oh, Katie knows it! Katie knows it! So my mom loves the song Radio too, which I'm sure is also in here.
Like,
and
Curb Cafe shows would be more
I
than
used
one
to
song.
I
so
used
like,
to
Curb
sing
Cafe
this
show?
song because it was like I had my CD plus like whatever I was working on at Belmont, which was like I Dare You and Window Shopping. Which window shopping, if you knew me the first year I got to Nashville, I sang Window Shopping everywhere. Honestly, it's not that bad of a song.
No, it's not bad.
But
isn't that what made Justin Love be like, oh my god, I love this?
So Window Shopping was really an example of like my tongue-in-cheekness of like, haha,
trying to be
you.
Like Old Dominion.
Yes,
type of.
very, and that's exactly who I always want to be, like, as Old Dominion's writing style. But in obviously more pop. So, and solo female girl. So, female girl is the same thing, I'm well aware. So,
just like rhythm and blues and R&B.
Shut up, Katie. So, one of these days we're going to get a comment that she actually secretly hates Katie. No, I love Katie, and Katie does love me too, actually. We're just mean to each other, I guess. I don't know.
We're sisters, but
We've lived together for years. We know everything about each other. Anywho. So, there was an echo. Did you hear that?
Hello!
So, I wrote all these songs in high school. What was I saying? Radio,
Window shopping.
Oh, Window Shopping technically does have a produced version. I just never put it out.
I don't remember that.
But the reason I never put it out was because I was going to, and then I submitted it to a bunch of songs like
that's
judges.
Right. Didn't you do like
I did an NSAI camp, and they tore it to shreds, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go cry in a corner now. Thank you very much. And trust me, the people they were praising I did
Yeah.
not care for any of their stuff, but I was kind of like, okay, these
I
are like
mean-
it was like Josh Osborne was there, like it was like highly ranked people in the industry, and I was just like,
Yeah.
thank you, okay, bye. They were like, you just need to grow up, but I'm also like, anyways, so that's my grief with Nashville, is that everyone just says they need to grow up, but I'm also like, are these not just
But there's
good,
also,
fun
like-
songs? Like,
Actually, I think Hello Good Times might have been one of the two. There's two songs when I was an NSAI member that, like, when you submit for, like, a song evaluation, it got me on, like, the list of, like, writers to watch. And one of them, I'm like, I don't know how good this is, but okay.
yeah.
So,
Put aside my flaws when I entered it in the NSAI contest back in 2015. Got like all solid 7s and 8s in the judging category. And then I submitted Color, which
don't
is a song
remember.
that's out right now. And it got 7 and 6s. And I'm like, Color is a significantly better song. Or I
Yeah.
even submitted Love School, which is a
don't even
significantly
remember.
better song than it. Put aside my flaws, whatever
I think
it was.
I did one time do the competition, but I don't remember my scores or the song, so.
I just remember something. Anyways, the chorus goes. It's like I'm hitting all the red lights, trying to get to you. I'm looking for a green light, saying I'm meant for you. And I don't really know if you can tell, but I'm trying so hard to make you melt into my arms. But I'm hitting all the red lights.
The basis is good. I don't have the time is the title.
Okay.
I've been getting a lot of song ideas lately, but I just don't have the time to write them all down, so I thought I'd take the time to put them all together now.
Was this just an idea off of Katie's brain?
That was all verse 1.
No, I mean, like, is this, like, just something random you did? This wasn't for anything in particular?
No, these
Okay.
are just, I wasn't writing for a purpose.
Okay.
I'm just writing songs,
Yeah.
I guess. Could have wrote about love, could have wrote about dreams, but I just don't have the time. Yeah, I could have wrote about love, could have wrote about dreams, or about how I wish that he was mine. I don't know where the he is. That came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I thought we were having a talk, and then, nope, it's about a boy.
But I just don't have the
Boys
time.
always ruin everything.
It was just like a random he that's not even mentioned, I guess. But I just don't have the time. Gotta work to get good grades so I can graduate. But I want to write a bunch of songs all day long. I really want to write, but I gotta work, so I just don't have the time.
Where was the rhyme scheme there, honey?
Get good grades, graduate.
Oh.
Bunch of songs all day long. And then there is no
Then
other
there
rhyme.
just was a bunch of words. Okay.
It was more so stream of consciousness, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Song 2 off of the My Journey album.
Okay.
Here.
You're picking off of an album, and I
It
don't
just
have
happens to be
albums.
that the first couple songs in here were the rough drafts of those songs.
Okay.
So, again, I'll have to find my other notebooks. And like I said, if you guys like this series, I'll happily go through old songs.
I'll do more,
This is
yeah.
also
I'm just, like-
stuff that's copywritten, so like no one can technically steal it.
I'm like, I don't know if this is loud for me to be doing this while I'm
No.
listening to you, because I'm like, then I'm not taking the time to do this later.
Ready? The song is called "Hooked on You."
Ooh.
You come
Like a
walking down.
fish.
You come walking down the hall. Already have my heart, doing nothing at all. But you're such a dirty player. I have to keep the secret forever and ever. But you're the only thing I have running through my brain. Wish I had more to think about than you all night and day. And I know it sounds pathetic, but boy, I can't forget it. You got me hooked. Though that was all the verse, by the way. This is the chorus. You got me hooked on you by the way that your eyes light up when you smile. You've got me hooked when you're flipping your hair or I just have to stare. But you're intoxicating and heartbreaking. But boy, you've got me hooked and I don't care at all.
Oh.
I was dramatic as a child.
Very
If you ever
dramatic.
wondered, the songs are dramatic.
Um,
I made a good chunk of money off of these, I will say though.
that's nice. This one's very vague, so I think that's the problem. But I feel like I really liked this
I've got
one,
a
and I think to the
good
point
song
that I
here.
shared it on like YouTube back in the day, kind of thing. Had a
Okay.
YouTube one called "Run Run Baby."
Okay.
Honey, I know it's tough. You're trying to hold it in, but I see it in your eyes. And darling, I hope you know it's okay. I don't know why. I just wanted to do a lot of random nicknames, apparently. Honey, darling. To break down...
I said just boy. You were just boy to me.
Also, I don't know if I was just trying to be extra country.
Darling, you got my heart singing. Sorry.
Darling, I hope you know it's okay to break down sometimes. And baby, if you need to let it all out, just run to me. Run, baby, run right into my arms. As long as I'm here, you'll never be alone. Don't you worry, it's all gonna be okay. The sun will come out, all the sadness will fade away. Run, baby. I don't know. I guess I liked the vibe of it at the time, but it's not.
No judgments. This is
very
purely for fun.
I just feel like it could have used some more context. It's very generic. Like, it's gonna be okay, but what's gonna be okay? What's wrong? What's happening?
Okay, so this was my first attempt at a dance song.
Okay.
I can't remember if I already had written this and I sang it at Interlochen when they had like this party, and I was like, oh, so the song's called Dance the Night Away, because I really wanted a song that people would like dance to, and I'm still trying. Oh, speaking of, I think I found a good song for you, me, Christian, and Sammy to write together that's like Chapel Rowan-esque inspired.
Okay.
Because I need like a Chapel Rowan, like HOTTOGO. We need to dance at my concerts, like Hot to Go. That's what that's spelled.
I don't listen to her other than when you were like, let's listen to this one song to get the vibe, and then we went a completely different direction.
Wrote Tortured Poets Department. That's okay.
Literally, it sounded like LOML chord wise.
So I remember how the chorus went of this song, but I do not remember how the verse went. Oh, sorry. So I remember the chorus of the song, but not how the verses went. But I will talk it. Again, I'm just doing verse and chorus.
Speaking.
Yeah. So, walk into the party with everyone there, but no one's dancing or doing anything. So I'm going to dance like no one's watching me and shake the dance floor up. Everyone will start to dance when we start to... I have no clue what that word says. Let the music take you over and just dance the night away. Don't be afraid to shake things up and make up your own thing. With everyone moving and grooving, we'll make this dance floor rock. We'll dance all the night away and never ever stop. And then I had some O's at the end because, you know, your girl started early with that post-chorus shit.
I'm trying to read what this says. I have an intro where I wrote out the 6, like, basically not good tablature, but tried to put tabs, I guess.
Yeah.
To have a little, it looks like it's just like a variation of D. Oh, it's D. I did write it there too. D sus 3 times and then D 5 times to equal like 8th notes. So 8 in a measure. Yeah. Cool. This is probably like my first summer song, maybe. I don't know. It's called Summer Memories. Remember that summer we went down to the lake. We stayed up all night on the beach, staring at the stars. With the sound of the... I don't think I was rhyming at all, by the way, in a lot of these. With the sound of the waves rolling in and the crickets singing a lullaby to us. It's these times with you I'll never forget. These summer memories. There's not a single rhyme in that.
To be funny, though, now Katie is, like obsessive about the rhyme scheme.
Like,
if we don't have a rhyme scheme, and I'm like, but it feels good. Katie's like, no. And I'm like, okay, fine.
Yeah. Oh, and then I went into a second verse instead of a chorus, apparently. Well, I'll never forget the first time we kissed under that weeping willow tree. There's a lot of E's, so that probably is held out somehow.
You were so romantical about your songwriting.
For someone who never...
I was also going to be like, Katie was not this person. I wrote about my own experiences. So it was a lot of, I got a crush, or, these boys are like mean and I don't like them. So mine has always been very authentic to myself.
Tree. Or how about that time we went down to the river? We waded in the water and you slipped, pulling me right in with you. And I put ha as in to put a ha in there, or like laugh in the song, I guess. There's X's, which means that there's no notes, so you're supposed to ha. We got so muddy. That one's kind of hard to forget, that summer memory. And then the chorus, this is so long because there's 2 verses before the chorus. Maybe it's the sun, maybe it's the sense of freedom, maybe it's the way I am when you're here with me. That's the... Yeah. Maybe it's the way the stars shine, lighting up the summer night sky, or the wind blowing through the trees. I really don't know why, but summer memories shine and dance in my head all the time. So the chorus
rhymes. I was going to say
the verse is just like, we're just going to tell a story and not worry about the rhymes, which I guess is fine sometimes, but...
Sometimes being the optimal world there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do this one and then we'll do one more each because we're almost out of time. But so speaking of, so this was, like I said, a book I brought to Interlochen with me because it was like my baby, and it said Follow Your Heart on it, which was like a big thing for me because I had gotten it right after I met Charlie Worsham. Okay. And he pulled me up on stage and he has a tattoo that says that. So it was like a big deal for me. So this was one of the exercises we had to do at camp was to interview somebody and write. We had like a bunch of different prompts. So it was, what is one thing you're most embarrassed of / painful situations that you learned from? What are you most scared to talk about? What is such a bummer you can't get over it? How do you feel about your pet? When did you follow your heart? And did you turn out? How did you feel? Those were all of our prompts. So we had to pick one and interview each other. So I got this guy. And I think I've talked about this song before because it in my head is still such like a banger song that if I ever actually wrote it, it actually would be kind of funny. So I have a whole story about this song, which is why I also said it's also getting late and we both have one more. So this song, I had to sit across from this man who we were like the only 2 people that didn't have partners. So we like we're like, okay, I guess. Honestly, he looks like one of my ex-boyfriends.
Fun.
He also like didn't really know how to write songs. He didn't really want to be there. It seemed like he was kind of forced there, and we were there for a 2-week song camp. So like
that's a long time.
Yeah. Actually, it wasn't because the musical theater kids were there like all summer. Like we were the shortest camp there.
Okay.
And the weeks before us, so they did like a month where these new programs. In the first 2 weeks, it was bands. Like they did a rock band camp. And the second 2 week was singer-songwriters. And I got into the singer-songwriter camp. So one of our teachers, Ann Heaton, I still get her emails. She's great. I had sat across from this guy. And he chose, what is one of the most embarrassing / painful situations that you learned from? And I was like, okay. He told me this story. I wrote a bunch of very, very cluttered facts here, and then I had to write a song about it. When I sang this song, everyone did not know where the hell I was going with it. They burst into laughing. I thought it was funny, but when everyone started laughing, I lost it too. I was like, oh, they really think it's funny. So this song became just something else.
Okay.
But I'll hopefully this guy does not know who I am and does not listen to this podcast. So it says, don't do drugs. He decided to have a party with his friends and the police were called. People yelled, the cops were there. Next morning, lied to parents where bike was. Right after 9:30 before they called the cops. So I have like a bunch of stuff like that. Right? And this was the song I created. Are you ready? So last night, things got a little out of hand when we threw a party with all of our friends. Weren't expecting illegal things, but here they are. And some dudes I barely knew. But that's just fine, because we had the time of our lives. When we threw ourselves a party, feeling on top of the world, we were never feeling worried, never expecting to get caught. And then that night, running down the street, when the cops showed up, I was feeling so alive, never thinking I could die. Wait, I have to read the second verse. Ready? So then everyone broke out because the melody went like dun 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 in the verses. Okay. And then the chorus went, when we threw ourselves a party. Okay. Feeling on top of the world, never feeling worried.
Paramore?
Never expecting to get caught. And that night, running
Still
down
into
the street. This was before that song, and I didn't know that song. When the cops showed up, we were feeling so alive. No, never expecting we would die. And then I went back into dun 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 dun, and I said, realized I forgot my bike. And everyone lost it there too. On the front steps of his house. But it didn't matter much, oh no, until my parents showed up, questioning my every move, like where my bike had been moved to. Wondering what to do. Finally came clean and said, we threw ourselves a party. Never. Yeah. That was the song. And every single time I think of this song a lot, let me just say. But I never remembered how it went or anything. What?
It's giving Aaron Shobe funny songs with Aaron.
But it was like, it's such a great song, is it not? Tell me that's still not a good song. Should I record it, yes or no? Would you guys enjoy that on my next album? The next album's going to be something else, let me tell you. It's already in the works. Okay. I gotta find my last one, but yes.
I thought we were doing one more.
Yeah, I said I gotta find my last one.
Oh, did I go first?
Yeah.
I did go first.
I don't have to go again. We could end on Katie.
I forgot that. Okay.
Maybe we should have ended on that note, though. Okay, Katie's got all professional here.
This one is very dramatic, and then I wrote I think it was originally guitar riff wise, and then I was like, I'm gonna make a piano thing on whatever app I used at the time, and I don't think it was GarageBand. I don't know what it was, but basically I was like, I'm gonna put this on sheet music, and then you can play it on whatever the software was, so I could hear it. And it's very dramatic, and it's called Crash, and it's basically a metaphor of the end of a relationship and a metaphor of a car crash.
I figured that's where we were going.
We're driving along a dead-end road. So many have traveled before us. The silence surrounds us, and there's no way to stop or turn the car back around.
This is honestly not bad. It's just very dramatic.
It's very dramatic. We should have seen the signs. We should have turned away when we could still do so. Yeah, in the beginning we fell hard, and now we're about to crash, and it's like ash. It's like the rhythm. We hit the ice. Now apparently it's winter. We hit the ice. Now we're spinning so fast that we can't even catch her. And then again, No. The brakes are failing, the gas pedals to the floor, and there's nothing to cushion the blow to make it hurt any less. We're going to crash. We're going to crash. So
honestly, you could rework that and actually make it really good.
Just not dramatic.
No, but make it dramatic. It's honestly good. It could be a really good breakup song.
Okay. We'll see.
You don't think?
Yeah. We can look into it. Trying to think, was there any more of it? Was there any other good parts, or just kind of continuing the story? I think, it looks like the bridge was just repeating crash multiple times. Oh wait, no, that was more of a post-chorus. Maybe. That looks dramatic. Yeah. No, there's a bridge and stuff. Yeah. It's sheet music wise,
I definitely read out some of these.
10 full pages and then 12 full pages, 4 measures on a 13th page.
But yes, that is where we will end it.
If you like this, we can do more, because obviously
we have so
plenty.
much, and I have more than just this notebook. I just figured this notebook would have plenty of gems in it. And like I said, I got to maybe that much, and I'm this far into this notebook, and there's plenty of other, when I got to the next part, I had other tips for songwriting camps and other stuff that I've done, so we can go through those ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So review, comment, tell us how amazing this episode was, because we know. And
rate and review on iTunes and Spotify, and you can give us a review on our Facebook page.
Spotify.
I know,
but still do it. It helps the algorithm.
Anything to help the algorithm. Yeah,
we have a YouTube. We can watch everything. I know you probably, if you're watching this already, but
you can see Ant.
If you don't watch and you want to watch, guess what? You can.
You can see the doggo. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. And you can email us at the Music Lens Podcast at gmail.com. If you have any suggestions for episodes, if you have your own experiences you want to share, eventually we'd like to do some sort of like listener content reading type of episode. So send those in. We'd love to read your experiences. You can follow Alex at Alex Allegra Music. You can follow me at Katie Fee Music. I don't think I ever actually said the podcast one, so you can follow us at the Music Lens Podcast on all the things too. And yeah, I think that's about it. So
see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.